everybody. I'm so happy that you've joined me again today. I'm doing a show that I can't guarantee is not going to be not a part 1 of part 19 because it involves NASA. So we lived close to Kennedy Space Center when I was growing up, and going out to watch the launches were a really big deal in our family. It was a common occurrence, and so I have very vivid memories of the shuttle program. Our field trips were to NASA, to the Kennedy Space Center, and I always picked up things that were really important to me. I always wanted to be an astronaut, and I thought, for sure I'm going to be an astronaut because I want to be an astronaut so badly. Come to find out that I hate math and science. So being an astronaut really wasn't in my future. I excelled in literature, writing, things like that. I love that sound. But space program, not so much. I actually had a friend that worked for NASA, and she would tell me about her job, and I just kind of nodded and smiled. I had no idea what she's talking about, because there's a lot of math that goes into such a thing. Do you have any good memories of when you saw a shuttle go up? I'd love to hear about them in the comments. I used to play Shuttle Commander. I would set up kitchen chairs. I would lay them on their back, and I used an old sewing paddle as my pedals. And I was, in my mind, flying through the air into outer space. I was on the shuttle. I dreamed of going into space. I remember once when the shuttle returns into our atmosphere, it creates a sonic boom. And I remember, actually not once, many a time, being woken up by that sonic boom and thinking, can't they wait until it's not a Saturday morning? The world is very small when you're a kid. You don't tend to think of the big picture. Fortunately, I have a friend, like I said, who works for NASA, and she was working on the space shuttle when she was working on Columbia, actually, when the Columbia tragedy happened. And there is a special day where they let everybody and their families and friends come and see the wreckage of Columbia when it was recovered, and I was fortunately able to go and support her in that and to be there. And we saw all the tiles that were on the bottom of the shuttle. We saw some of the experiments they had taken up in there had come back intact. It was humbling. Her portion of the shuttle was intact, because initially she wasn't sure if she would have been at fault. What a humbling and sobering thought, huh? Pretending there's little guys in there, huh? Pew, pew. I am old enough to remember where I was when the Challenger tragedy happened. Here's an article. It's actually a little haunting because they're talking about the Challenger before it took off. It says, tests find spacesuits ship-shape. Today's spacewalk to be America's first in 9 years. Kennedy Space Center, while ground crews worked on correcting the orbit of a telecommunications satellite, Challenger's crew spent Wednesday successfully testing the spacesuits for today's scheduled spacewalk. The first by Americans in 9 years and the first ever from a shuttle. I remember where I was during that time. I was in school and living in Florida at the time, close to the Space Center. Of course, they're going to let you out to watch the space shuttle. So we were all outside when the tragedy happened, and I thought it was the solid rocket booster separation, because being a kid in Florida, you knew about all that. And I thought something was wrong, but I thought, well, what do I know about the space shuttle, about the space program? But remember, I had studied because I was certain I was going to be an astronaut. And one of my teachers gasped and put her hand over her mouth, and that's when I knew that I was right, that my instincts, well, I felt like something was wrong. The whole class spent the rest of the day crying. I think I talk about these somber moments a lot in my videos, not because I'm like a downer, but because some of these things are real issues, real memories. And I think if we can't share memories like that, then what are we doing? And a lot of people in my life that confide in me, and then they apologize for being emotional or confiding. And I'm like, well, if we're not talking about real stuff, what are we talking about? So I say that to you today, my darling viewers. Feel free to talk about real stuff. Part of my delight when I was a kid was astronaut ice cream. Oh yeah. I literally thought I am like the astronauts now, for I have eaten processed, dried out ice cream. I used to watch things like Space Cam. Shocked at how hard that was to open. We'll use this as a little plate. Now I do sounds that I like, that I think are fun. Sometimes I do sounds that I don't like, just in case you might like them. So please feel free to tell me what you like and what you don't like in the comments. That way I can try to make more effective videos, things that you really do appreciate. Sound of paper is too loud for you. I apologize if it is. I don't have anything boosted, so it should just be natural sounds. This feels so great. One time we were permitted on the Kennedy Space Center, on the tarmac, I think you call it. So we were running up and down where the shuttle takes off. Or I'm sorry, where it lands. It was exhilarating. We were playing tag. I remember a time when it was such a big deal that everything was always on the news. And so, let's do one more, that's fun. Maybe watching the shuttle and listening to the broadcast at the same time. Watching it take off. Sometimes it took off at night, sometimes during the day. you notice, but the sun is setting. So my video is getting a little dark. Best be moving on then. I use as much natural light as possible, just because I like it that way. One of my favorite things is themed hats. One of my earlier videos, I had the Dustin hat from Stranger Things. Here's my NASA hat. It's just fun for me to accessorize with these things. NASA means so much to me, you know. This shirt was actually a gift. Because people in my life know how much I love NASA. I love that it's kind of bassy sound. As always, I am so honored that you have joined me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I so love knowing how many people are out there watching. I love all of my currently 17 subscribers. Thank you so much. Makes this little journey exciting for me. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like.